Sun Palace Vacations, La Ola Restaurant, Tuckaway Cafe, Blue Ribbon Events, Beach Pottery, Shuckers, the Farmers Market at Beach Baptist, Island Carts FMB, which powers our 24/7 music station, and of course Pete's Time Out, where everybody's hanging out inside now because it's windy and 50 degrees outside. Later in the show, we're going to talk to Steve and Christy, who are coming back because Kim said that she wanted to grade their performance last week as fill-in hosts. And also Lee Melsek is joining us because he's Mr. Historian. So we're going to hear all about the history of Fort Myers Beach at 9:30. But right now, our first guest is
Najibullah Torakai.
Is that correct?
Najibullah
Torakai.
Very nice. And you are from Afghanistan. You escaped the Taliban at like the final witching hour, and you are now living on Fort Myers Beach. And let's just kind of start at the beginning, if we could. What was it like growing up in Afghanistan?
Thank you very much for the invitation. Yes, as you said, my name is Najibullah Torakai, and I'm from Afghanistan, and I recently escaped from Afghanistan, and due to the war and the collapse of my government, and I left my country. You asked about how we grew up in Afghanistan. Unfortunately, when I was 4 years old, my father was killed by Russians, and when I was born, from that time up to now, there's war in my country,
Nothing
and
but
it's
war.
very difficult.
Mhm.
So I have seen everything about war. We have never seen a good day in my country,
Mhm.
unfortunately. Uh, Life in Afghanistan and USA, there is a huge difference. It's totally different. Uh, our life is a very difficult life, but we were happy in my country.
Mhm.
Whatever it was, however it was, we were very happy in my country. And this is the dirtiest thing, which is called war. The bloody war brought us here. But I'm very happy here because of my children.
Mhm.
And I love it to be here.
Where in Afghanistan were you living?
I was living in Kabul,
Okay.
the capital.
Okay. And how were things just before you got out? Like, what was going on at the time that you finally got out with your family?
Okay. When uh, after September 11,
Mhm.
there was a big change. The Taliban regime collapsed uh, by U.S. Army,
Mhm.
and then they established a new government. Our people came out and they established a new government, and we had much development. Everything was getting better. So within these 20 or 21 years, uh, we faced, we worked very hard.
Mhm.
We worked in the rural areas. We worked for our schools. We worked for the health. We we built the roads and everything. The economy was growing up, and the people were getting educated. So everything was getting good. The the main problem we had there, that was the power of warlords.
Mhm.
They were involved in everything, so they were not letting our government to be grow fast. So they were making problems everywhere. Finally, the government collapsed, and Taliban took over, and uh, U.S. Army pulled back
Right.
from the country.
So 10 years of a war with Afghanistan and Russia, and the Russians destroy your country and then leave, and then America comes in 20 years and they try and help out, and we lost some lives and we spent a lot of treasure to try and help build Afghanistan. Why do you think that we couldn't get the Afghan people to fight and to like hold up their own country? Like why couldn't they become strong enough to sustain themselves before the Taliban came back?
Okay. As I don't want to go to politics because politics is everywhere. It's not true. People, I'm sure most of the people, they don't like politics because, and especially politics about my country, it is very complicated. Like, let me tell you, on the last day when my government was collapsed, that day we didn't think. I was telling people in 100 years, Taliban will be not able to take over the country because we had very strong army. We had 300,000 army. We had good police. We had good intelligence. We didn't imagine that, but it happened.
Yeah.
Why it happened? There are so many questions.
Yeah.
If I go through that, so I don't like to go in the
Gotcha.
politics.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now you were involved. Were you involved in the government? You had a title in the government before all the shenanigans at the end, right? What was your title there?
Yeah. I work for two different ministries, which are belonging to my government. The one was Rural Rehabilitation and Development.
Okay.
It's a ministry. And the second ministry is Ministry of Education.
Okay.
And the first ministry, when I was working, that was for the, I was working for US aid, British aid, and Canada fund projects. I was working for them. And my title was a Senior Procurement Officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about those moments at the end when the government collapsed and you saw that Biden was pulling the American troops out and however he figured that was a good idea. And your family, you're sitting with your family and you're thinking, do I stay or do I go? Kind of take us through those last few hours where you decided you needed to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It was 14 August 2021. I was in sport. I was doing some exercises. So when I came out from the gym, I saw some military troops are moving. I asked from one of the officers, "Sir, where did you came from?" They told me name of a place. It's called Khaki Jabar, and I asked him why. What happened there? They said we surrendered that place to Taliban. I said, what? Because it was very close to Kabul, almost like 35 kilometers away from Kabul. So when I came to home, my home is close to the main prison, main jail of Kabul. So I came there and I went to the jail security people and I asked them, what's going on there? If something is happening here, are you are going to fight with them? So please tell us that I can move my family from here, because we were in residential area, but the first checkpoint of this prison was next to my door.
Wow.
I have photos and videos, maybe later I can show you. So they told us, no, we don't fight with them. Maybe we leave this place.
Were these our troops or Afghan soldiers?
No, not Afghan soldiers. Okay. They're Afghan. At this time, the U.S. soldiers were only in the airport area. They were not in other places. Yes. So it was 12:30 when the jail door was broken by Taliban. So around 15,000 prisoners came out of that jail, and we were looking to them, and lots of people like they started 12:30 and they finished by 5:30 p.m. So that day was a very dangerous day because they were firing. So people were escaping, and that was very horrible day for us. So in all the jobs, we lost our job, and the bank were closed, schools were closed, and we were staying home. On 28th August, I received call from USA. They told me that it was 11:30 p.m. I was asleep when my brother told me that wake up, there is a call for you. I said, okay, whoever he is, just tell him that tomorrow I will call him back. He said, no, it's very important call for you. It's from USA. So when I wake up, they told me, Najib, you have only 30 minutes. You have to leave your house immediately. And they sent me a location which was 1 hour drive. And I surprised, and I didn't know what to do at this time.
So you were not prepared for that call
was
at
not.
all.
Yes. Even I was not waiting for that call very soon. So I came to my mom and brother. I told them there's a call, and they say you have to leave your home and we have to escape from here because our life is in danger. They said, my mom said, no, I don't want to go, because she was sick and she's old, and she said, no, let me die here and you can go with your children. I told him, Mom, no. When my father was killed, my mom was only 26-year-old. So I told her, Mom, no. If we go, we all go. If we don't go, nobody will go. So then he thought for a while and he said, okay, let's go. I don't want you stay here. In 90s, when for the first time when Taliban was ruling the country, there was no school, there was no job, nothing. Life was very difficult. People had no money to feed your children. So I grew up in that environment. When I turned my face to my children, they were sleeping at that time. I said, Najib, if you stay here, don't know, you will be killed like your father, or you will not have a job, you will not have a good life. So what about your children?
Right.
Do you want to repeat that story on your children? I said no. Then we prepared and we left our home and we arrived to the direction they sent us the location. Yeah.
So if you have 30 minutes to get everything that you want, I mean, how do you do that? What did you just grab? Obviously, the most important things, and then just go, and so you left everything else behind.
Yeah, that's a very good question. And
Thank you. I get a bell for every good question that I
Yeah.
ask. So
okay. As I told you, we were a poor family, and we left a very hard time. And my mom, I told you about my mom, and within this 20 year, we built our home,
Mhm.
and like we bought everything with like I saved some money from my salary, and then we bought things every month, and after 3 months, so we had a good life.
Mhm.
But those things were not important
Right.
than my children's future. So trust me, within these 20 years I worked in Afghanistan, I survived 7 times from suicide attacks.
Wow.
Very close from me. So I lived, though they are very they are the thing that you cannot leave them,
Right.
like your car, your home, home staff, everything. And the people, you cannot leave your neighbors because you grow up with them and you have
Mhm.
good time with them, with other family members. So as I told you, the only thing and the reason that I left everything, that's future of my children.
So before the next question, the Facebook page that we pulled up, you folks can go on that Facebook page. You can join the Facebook page. You can also help make donations, because the goal now is to help find the family permanent housing. Right now, it's temporary housing that folks on the beach are helping with, and the goal is to raise money to help you find permanent housing. I'm sure employment is coming along, and you just got here. And anything that anybody can do to help would be great. And greatly appreciated by the family. You can see you have 4 boys.
Yes, I have
We
4
didn't know you were
boys.
bringing a football team over, but we're happy to
Or
have you all
soccer,
here.
whatever they want.
So, how did you wind up on Fort Myers Beach?
Okay, I come to your question. Let me tell you about my children. As you mentioned about the football, or you call it soccer here. My oldest son, who is Abdul Waris, he's very good in soccer. And then Abdul Basit, the second one, he is very good and he's very fast in soccer. And they love to be to play football for America.
You mean soccer?
Yeah,
Soccer.
soccer. And my
No, he means football. You
yeah,
just didn't
football.
get
Yes,
It's very confusing the way they do
it is.
that.
It
Yeah.
is. Sometimes I know which one is soccer, which
Yeah.
one is what, but sometimes it's mixed for
Yeah,
me. So
that's
then
okay.
then you guys understand.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
it. They look fast. They
Yeah.
they look like they're built for speed.
So let me make it easy. My children want to be like Messi and Ronaldo. Is it easy now?
I don't know who they are.
No, because he only knows American football.
Okay.
So
Do
he
they
Okay.
play
doesn't know
soccer? I
soccer.
know who they are. Kidding. I was
Okay.
kidding.
Okay.
See? I've heard their names. I've never seen. You see, America's not as big into soccer, I don't think, as they
Well-
are into regular football. I mean, especially the next couple of weeks with football.
Maybe
It's
not
as-
your generation,
not as
but the
big.
younger generation, it's huge.
They
dear.
keep saying
It's
the next
huge.
World Cup, soccer is going to be here, and then it just lays an egg. The women
huge.
won the World Cup, didn't they? The women.
That's
team
really
won
not what we're
All right.
here to talk
So,
about.
how
go
did you
ahead.
wind up on Fort Myers Beach?
Tell us about your kids and then how you
She
wound
likes
up here.
to sidetrack the show all the time, so I have to pull her back in line and keep her on the topic. So here you are in Fort Myers Beach, and can you stay here? We'd love you to stay here.
We didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't let him tell how he got here.
We'll
Go
stop
ahead.
interrupting him then.
Okay. If you ask me how did you come here, so I should start how I came out of my country and how I reached here.
Please.
Okay. Then when we arrived the airport area, the location they sent us, so they said, okay, today the last plane gone and the airport is closed and Taliban not allowing anymore the flights. Then they send me message that you have to reach the north. It's called Mazar-e Sharif. It is like 600 kilometers away from there. Then we took the bus and we arrived there in 11 hours because the road is damaged and so on. When we arrived there, they also told, I received another message. They said, okay, the Mazar-e Sharif airport is also closed. Everybody was tired. Everybody was shocked, and especially women and children, they were like crying that
Sure.
what will happen. Okay, then they took us to a wedding hall. When we arrived the wedding hall, we saw there are like around 700 to 800 people in the same wedding hall.
That must have been tight.
Yeah, it had two stories, and the top story the woman placed, and the down story man placed. So we were there for 10 days.
Oof.
Yeah, for 10 days because Taliban were not allowing the airplanes to take off from there. So at the 10th day, the responsible person came and told us that, okay, this wedding hall probably under attack, so we have to move from here. Then they took us to another place. So we were hiding from one place to another place. Then in the last place where we were, it was 6th October, I received a call from a famous journalist or writer of USA. He's now a good friend of mine. He's in New York. I don't know, should I mention
Yes.
his
Oh,
name
yeah,
or
yeah,
not? Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yes, he's Dexter Filkins. Yeah.
What paper does he work for?
I don't know that.
Can you say his name again?
Dexter Filkins.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I don't pronounce
Okay.
it
No,
correctly.
you're fine.
Yeah. So he called me that you have a flight tomorrow. Don't share with anyone, and be careful, and just help me here, because there are a lot of people, and in the same house where we were. So he told me you have to find these people. They gave me some names, and all the night we were in contact, and we were working on this. On the morning when we left, we arrived at the airport. Then in the first checkpoint, Taliban stopped us for three hours. And after 3 hours, at this point, it was the most difficult time, because every minute or every second we were counting, and everybody was looking in the windows that maybe someone in the motorbike or a car, they come and start firing on us, because the people knew that these buses are those people who work for
US.
US. So
Mm.
those 3 hours were very bad hours. Okay, finally they let us, and we went in the airport. Then in the area of boarding pass, and they told me, okay, you go, my brother go, my so all went. They stopped my wife and my brother's wife, because there was some mistake in their name, or in the list. The passport and the list was not matching. There was some mistake. So they stopped us almost for 1 hour.
Oh, God.
It was very difficult time. So finally there was a person among them. He was Talib, and he was a good man, who is good. At least he was good for us. I requested him and talked to him. Then he said, okay, this family can go. Even their name is not correct. Okay, they can go. On the 7th October, we left Afghanistan. And I have to tell you, we spent in Mazar-e Sharif 38 days. And then on the 7th October, we arrived Qatar, Doha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In Doha, we stayed there for 22 days. And after 22 days, we were in a tent. Then after 22 days, we came to New Jersey for Dix.
Fort Dix.
Yes, it's army base.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we were there for 45 days in a tent. Yeah. I was a team leader for around 100 families.
Wow.
Yeah, 45 days. I was interpreting, and I was representing them, and just I was taking care of them. And yeah.
So, how did you wind up here on Fort Myers Beach? I mean, I know their families are going to different parts of the country,
Yeah.
and how do you? Okay, do you just go? You know, I like down there. It
Did
looks
you
warm.
did you choose or did they choose?
No, that's a very interesting question.
Thank you.
Yeah. They since there were 7,000 people when we were there, 7,000 Afghans. Every day they were posting a list that these people should come to the office, and for the place that they are going to show that the place where you will go. Then when I went to the office, they show me that you're going to Florida, and the place name is Fort Myers. Even I was not reading that correctly. Fort Myers.
Right.
Yeah. So I told him, sir, I have chosen California because my two aunts are living there, and I have some families there, and I have to go there. I said, no, we sorry because Virginia, Texas, and California is closed because everybody won't go there. So we are sorry for that. Okay, then I said, okay, all USA is the same for me. I have no problem. So okay, it's okay. Let's go. I have my own target. My target is my children. So all the USA is the same for me.
So I know we're running out of time, and you have to be in Fort Myers soon. So you found temporary housing because we have great people on the beach that are helping you out. But you need to find permanent housing. So the Facebook page that we popped up there that will continue to show everybody is where people can go. You can leave messages there. You can ask for how to donate money. Where are you trying to land? Where do you, first of all, before you get to that, when you see how different America is, I'm guessing this is the first time your kids have ever been to America. Maybe I'm wrong, but when you see the difference in the freedom and living under, Taliban rule, but at some point, I guess American and Afghanistan government kind of thing was better than it was back in the old days. What is your opinion on what you see here?
Okay. On the second night, I was asleep when I heard the thunder.
Yeah.
It was very huge sound. So I jumped from my bed, and I said, "Oh," my wife said, "What's that?" I said, "Rocket took place somewhere."
Oh my gosh.
Then I realized, "Oh no, this is USA. Don't worry, it's thunder now."
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's thunder. Okay. It's I cannot explain this. We're very happy here. The Fort Myers beach. When we came here, I found everybody very kind and very nice.
Good.
In the condos we live, trust me, the people are very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Every day when they see me, they ask me, "Where are your boys?
Yeah.
How are you doing?"
Yeah.
So they very, very, very nice people, and I got some good friends, very nice friends.
Yeah.
Like if I start and list your names,
You'll be here all day.
But there's a nice man. You see him
Yes.
there,
Over there.
and his
You can't say his
wife,
name and her name.
Mr. David Smith.
Dave Smith. Yeah.
And Mrs. Smith, Teresa.
Mrs. David Smith.
Teresa. Teresa
Sorry.
and Dave Smith.
That's all right.
Yes. And they helped us find you to come on the show, so we appreciate them very much.
They help us a lot.
Yep.
And the kids are in school now.
Every day they are busy with us.
Yep.
They take my children to school, and they do everything for us.
About the thunder,
Yeah.
it's a good thing you weren't placed in Chicago, because that wouldn't have been thunder. That would have been a gunfire in Chicago. So we're glad you're here, because it'll only be thunder.
Yeah.
What did I ask you not to do? Not to joke.
Well, I'm just trying to give them a warning to stay away from Chicago.
Well,
That's
if
all.
you're here, in the summer and spring, you're going to see lots of thunder and
Yeah.
lots of rain at
Yeah.
about 3:00. But then 3:15, it'll be all better. So hopefully.
So how can people help you find housing? Where do you want to live?
Okay. Let me tell you one thing before that.
Okay.
We are okay with this with these thunders, with this warm weather, because we are used to live in a hard
Sure.
time. So
Yes.
we are okay. Okay. In Fort Myers Beach, it's very expensive.
Oh yeah,
We know.
and
We are in a rental home and from government side, but it's my special request from the people, if they support us to find a proper place, and I would love to live in Fort Myers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we know you have to get to Fort Myers for an appointment. Otherwise, we keep you the whole hour. But would you come back on another show to give us an update and to talk more about Afghanistan? I'm fascinated by the history of Afghanistan and Russia. I've read so many books about it, and it's I just think most people in the United States, especially the younger generation, they don't know what it's like to live in a country where all you know is war. 30 straight years of war, of people bombing your country, and it's a crazy life. And so we're happy you're here. We're happy your kids are here. And whatever we can do to help, just call Kim and just call either one of us. And we're rooting for you that you find a place to live. That's super nice.
Yeah, thank you very much. And my commitment, and my family's commitment, that sometime when we say we will be a very good citizen to this country.
Oh, we're not worried about that. We've got some pretty crappy citizens in this country. I'm sure you're going to be A1,
Stellar.
great citizen. Yeah. So good luck and keep us posted, and have a great weekend. Enjoy the nice warm weather.
Yes, and people here at Pete's are already
giving money.
donating.
Yeah, see, people are
to the cause.
I'm
So,
sure you
thank
found the people on the beach are very giving, and they want to
that's what he
help,
was
and they're very very nice. So.
And thank you very much for invitation. And I would love to attend your next programs.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
All right. Thank
All right,
you
everybody.
so much.
Big hand for our guests, and feel free to pass them a couple $100 on the way out. All right, everybody. Before we get to Lee Melsek, I want to tell everybody about Beach Pottery, one of our longtime sponsors who have just signed up for another 10 weeks. Beach Pottery is located at 17980 San Carlos Boulevard in Fort Myers Beach. And it's kind of off the island a little bit. You can see it on the right-hand side, especially in the dark, because they got all their Christmas lights up. It looks really cool. And they have extended hours now from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hey, you guys. Hey, Steve, make sure you get a group shot of everybody. Oh, thank you very much. They now have espresso drinks, smoothies, breakfast sandwiches, and a daily fresh selection of baked goods, including muffins, cookies, cake pops. I still don't know what cake pops are. Maybe it's cake on a stick, like an ice cream pop, but it's cake. That's what I'm guessing it is. If anybody knows what it is, let us know. And they have pots, and more pots, from $5 to $500. And when you get there, you have to say, show me the pots from Vietnam, because I heard the greatest things about pots from Vietnam. Again, the phone number for Alana is 437-4211. Our second guest